All right, howdy folks, thanks for tuning back in. Today we're going to be going over the two most prominent 32 pistols from 2024. Obviously this is a new design, it's the Beretta 30X, updated version of the Beretta 3032 Tomcat. Done a lot of work with these pistols. This is the second one that I've owned and shot. First one, if you watch my videos, you know that the frame was completely destroyed. At 400 rounds, the pistol would no longer cycle. The slide would lock back about here, maybe a little bit further than that, but yeah, pistol died at 400 rounds. So this is my replacement pistol. I'd love to say that, Beretta did a good job with the replacement, but I've had more reliability issues with this one than I did with the first one as far as shooting goes. Frame wear looks better than on the first one, but it does have some form of anodizing on this frame, so that's to be expected. It'll last a little bit longer. Who knows how much longer? But yeah, so love the design. Absolutely just horrendous execution on Beretta's part as far as manufacturing quality goes. Walther PPK, almost 100-year-old design, tried and true, very well-proven pistol, served all throughout World War II and long after that. Wonderful, wonderful design. I love the PPK. By no means is it a modern handgun design. I'd love if there was a third pistol sitting right here that was like a Glock double stack 32 ACP. That's the 32 I want, but this is really what we have right now. So I've had, nothing but flying colors for the PPK, 100% reliability, no issues of any kind with it. Really, really enjoying the pistol, and I hope it continues to work that way. So let's dive into some key differences here between the two. To start, we'll go over size differences. If I line them up at the top, you can see the 30X is much fatter than the PPK. PPK is a much slimmer pistol. Height is basically the same with their magazines in, which I would give that to the 30X because the PPK magazine here is 7 rounds. They're still using this old 1930s base plate for the finger extension that could have 1 extra round. There's absolutely no excuse for this magazine to be 7 rounds, but that is what it is. 30X is 8 rounds. If you look at length difference, the 30X is about 1 inch shorter with the threaded barrel. So definitely a more concealable pistol. However, the width does kind of give it away for pocket carry. It's not terrible by any means, but it would be nicer if it was slimmer. And this is as slim as it gets. These black grips are slimmer than the wood grips that I had on the first one. It's even fatter, at least 1/8 of an inch fatter with those wood grips. So this is as slim as the 30X gets as of now. Obviously they're both double action, single action pistols. With the PPK you do get a decocker safety. Safety can be engaged only in the hammer down position. As you just saw, if you engage it with the hammer back, it decocks to double action. Now with the 30X, you do have a safety as well. It is frame mounted and it does not decock the pistol. You can engage it with either the hammer back or the hammer forward. Now with the 30X, you do get a tip-up barrel. Some people like that design. I am personally not one of those people. I would much rather have an extractor. It's crucial for reliability. There's just no reason not to have an extractor. Obviously this is direct blowback, so the case has no problem getting out of there without the extractor, but I'd rather have that over a tip-up barrel. Walther PPK, you do get a loaded chamber indicator. You do get an extractor, but obviously no tip-up barrel. So those are just some things to think about. Now, reliability-wise, I've had a lot of issues with this. I did have a lot of failures to load, some failures to eject. I would get, a live cartridge ejecting with the spent casing, so you would only get 7 shots instead of 8 out of the magazine. Definitely some issues here as far as what you're currently seeing with the 30X, but maybe one day it'll be made to this standard. Who knows? I can't tell you one way or the other. One thing to think about though is, let's say this has no reliability issues that are abnormal, right? And one day you're shooting and bang, 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 you end up getting a failure to feed or a failure to eject. So I'll simulate that here. Bang, 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 click. I'm gonna cock the hammer because this slide is a bit hard to But you tap, you rack, that's what you're gonna get. Because you have no extractor, you're gonna have the casing stuck in the barrel. And now clearing this is a nightmare. If I pop the barrel right now, the slide is gonna come up and it will be stuck behind the rear rails here. So really the only way to clear this is to yank the mag out and to tip up the barrel, kick the casing out, then push the barrel down, insert the magazine, and rack it. The manual of arms is just horrendous. It is a very unintuitive, unique manual of arms, which is horrible if you're someone like me who has tens upon tens of thousands of rounds of muscle memory for, a traditional firearm. Now on top of that, empty magazine, right? At the end of firing, you don't get the slide lock back. So you either have to rack against this very stiff spring tension or have a loose round, pop open the barrel, put a round in after inserting a new magazine. It's very unintuitive. It's not user-friendly by any means. Now the PPK will obviously lock open on empty, but I also want to demonstrate. So to demonstrate this, I do have to use a live round. The extractor groove, the semi-rim on these snap caps, is smaller than on standard cartridge dimensions. So I can't demonstrate this with with a snap cap only. But what will be racked into the pistol is a snap cap after the live round. So let's say you're firing with the PPK, bang, 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 click, right? You can tap rack the pistol just like normal. Now with the snap caps, it doesn't work every time. Sometimes the extractor fails to grasp the rim of the cartridge all the way. With live rounds though, works 100% of the time. So your normal malfunction clearance with this pistol is going to be what you're used to if you have any actual training on modern semi-auto pistols. And again, it locks open on empty. So when I'm done, I can take a new magazine, rack it, and I'm right back in. Substantially more intuitive, substantially more reliable, and you're not going to find any weird quirks with the PPK. Some other things to go over is accuracy on these pistols. Now the sights on this gun are just nothing but awful. They're, suppressor height sights. Well, with a suppressor on there, you can't see over these sights. So they're completely useless as suppressor height sights. They are also screwed in place. And no matter what I do, this screw will always come loose and this sight will wobble. That has happened on both pistols I own. Front sight never came loose, even though it is screwed in place as well. But this rear sight just does not stay in place. There's nothing I can do. I've Loctited it. I've cranked down on the screw. There's nothing. Just always comes loose. But let's just say it doesn't happen, okay? If I hold this kind of sight picture, which is what you should have, I am going to shoot 3 to 4 inches low at 5 yards. To get a point of aim, point of impact hit, I have to hold the sights like this. And if I show you this pistol now, you can see the barrel is in line with the sights like this. However, like this, barrel is pointed very low. So with this sight picture, you either have to have a 12 o'clock hold to hit what you want to hit, or you're just going to shoot low. If you want a bullseye hold, point of aim, point of impact hit, you need to hold the sights like this. That's awful. I don't know who engineered those sights. I don't know who engineered a lot about this pistol, quite frankly, with the issues I've had with it. But yeah, it's just, I can't recommend this pistol at this time. It breaks my heart because it is a sleek little gun. I really do like the way it fits in the hand. It feels fantastic. I like that it's the same height as a PPK, but you get 1 extra round in the magazine. I like a frame mounted safety, although I will say the detent needs to be harder on this because this is the snappiest 32 I've ever shot. And, with a proper hold, I will frequently put that safety on under recoil. So definitely not the best that you're going to find for a lot of these features. Now, one feature that is really fantastic on this pistol is, again, snap cap, is the trigger. The single action, very crisp, little heavy, double action, smooth, rolls through, just super, super smooth. My first pistol I owned, the double action was atrocious. The single action was exactly the same, maybe a hair lighter. So I don't know what caused that, frame material, just the particular parts that were in the gun. I can't tell you, but on this second one, this trigger is excellent. I really, really love this trigger. Reset, it's not terrible. Right there. So it could be shorter. With double action, single action, you tend to usually have a little bit longer reset on single action, but if you notice, it's very audible, very easy to feel, super clean. Now, when it comes to the PPK, the single action is nicer. The single action is significantly nicer. Double action is heavier. It is smooth though, and it's also super easy to stage, which I really like the ability to stage that double action so simply. Pulling through is easy. I'm gonna show you the reset here. The reset a little bit longer. I don't know actually where it reset right there. And that is definitely a big complaint that I have, is that the reset is not noticeable. Let me see if I can catch it this time. Right there. Huh. I don't know. I'm not feeling it at all right now. Interesting. So before there was actually like a slight noise and a slight push. Now I can't, there it is. So that's your reset. I can't feel it at all now. It is a shorter reset though, but yeah, that's definitely something I don't like. Obviously I can get a little bit more attuned with that. Sights on the PPK are significantly better. Obviously they're smaller. They are fixed in the frame, in the slide. They're direct machined into the slide. So there is no adjustment options for this. However, what's nice about that is they can't come loose, they can't fall off, and you won't lose zero. The zero on this pistol is perfect. It is point of aim, point of impact at 5 yards, which I was incredibly impressed with. I definitely did not expect to see that. Now, some other features I think are notable. I don't know how many people are too concerned with this, but this is one thing Beretta did extremely well, is you do have front strap checkering on this pistol. The texture on these grips is immaculate. It reminds me of like a slightly less aggressive Magpul K2 grip texture, and I love it. Texture on the back strap. This thing just feels and fits the hand so well. Significant fan of that. Now on the PPK, you have decent basket weave, diamond checkering on the grip. It's on the back strap as well, because the back strap does wrap around even though it's a two-piece grip. Obviously the same on this side. However, on the front strap you get nothing. It's just bare metal. I add a piece of skateboard tape to any pistol that I own like that, because this is probably the most critical surface for texturing. It's where you're going to get the most control out of the pistol from. So unfortunately, you know, 1911s, a lot of older design pistols just have no texturing on the front strap, and that continues today with the new production PPK. I do believe that these are both nitrided as well. I did have rust issues on my first 30X right around here and back here. On this pistol, I'm not seeing that. It is a duller finish, so I could be wrong that it's nitrided, but I do believe this slide is now nitrided. This entire pistol is 100% nitrided. It is a much brighter, more glossy, almost like a blued color to it, but it is nitrided. It is a melanite finish. Definitely some issues that I have with this pistol though is that it sliced the hell out of my hand. You can see it's 10 days later and I'm still not fully healed. We're almost there, you know, but definitely watch how you hold this pistol. Definitely hold it more like this, where your thumb's down, not so much of an aggressive thumbs up grip, you know, which is how I shoot all my guns. Keep your thumb down. So yeah, I hope that's a pretty decent overview for you guys. I don't know really much more to go into with these, other than I've had 100% reliability with this guy, significant issues with this guy. It's just an unfortunate thing about manufacturing quality control. You know, it doesn't matter how nice of a design the gun is. If you do a piss poor job manufacturing it and your material choices are poor, that's what's going to happen. You know, and Walther has a great design here as well. I mean, let's just say both in a perfect world function perfectly. I am going to take the 30X over the PPK. I wish I didn't have to buy this PPK and it was just more of a novelty, but I was at a point where if I wanted a functional modern 32 to use that wasn't a collector's item from, you know, 30 to 70 years ago, this is my only option. But this guy is a better option if it worked perfectly, and that's just not where we're at today. So please let me know down in the comments if you guys have any questions about either pistol, if there's any particular feature or difference between the two guns that I didn't cover that you have any questions on. I'd be happy to answer. But yeah, bottom line, buy this, don't waste your money on this. You know, I hate saying that, man. I hate it because I want all guns that are manufactured to just be absolutely perfect, you know. But Beretta they seriously dropped the ball on that 30X. So we'll see where it goes in the future. If you do own a 30X, I'm not saying run out and sell it, you know, but keep an eye on it. I've owned 2 of them and they both have issues. Many people have commented on my videos about the issues they have. I mean, the amount of broken barrel pins that I've heard about is insane. Obviously, that's not an issue on the PPK because the barrel is direct mounted to the frame. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day.